Good morning, everyone, and welcome to an Atlantic League championship game between Ryan Pindulic and Gabriel Panek. Gabriel knocked me out in the quarterfinals of this tournament. Ryan is undefeated so far in Atlantic League play, and these two are meeting in the finals for a best-of-5 series. Today we will have Game 1 for you. I believe this was recorded just a couple of days ago. A couple of great players going at it in a championship game. So let's get to it. We'll play this one at 1.5 speed. So anyone who is wondering about that, we're just going to be moving a little bit faster than usual. We'll be watching from Ryan's perspective. He's the USA. So let's get to it. Here's Ryan's hand, and it is not very good. So we've got looks like 18 ops plus Asia scoring. So 18 ops, right about the average for an early war hand. This for me would be an Asia sneak. I would headline Asia and hope we don't see Vietnam. But I could see a case for NORAD. I could even perhaps see a case for blockade, just getting it out. But I think I would go with Asia. We'll see what Ryan decides to do. See if he wants to fight Asia if we get Vietnam. Yep, and he's just going to go with Asia. I think that's the right play, as he is unlikely to prevent Asia Dom if Vietnam is headlined. Gabriel would take Thailand, and then Ryan would have to go with his only 4-op to Pakistan, South Korea to try and stop the Dom. And yep, there's Nasser. So Ryan gets away with Asia scoring. This frees up his hand a little bit. So you can discard Suez to blockade space Fidel, and then he's got 12 ops to play with. And Gabriel going right for the coup, misses on the roll, gets a 3, but just used a 2-op. So I suspect we'll see 2 Pakistan, 1 Malaysia. This is the standard play. And some players might find this unusual, but I like just attacking Asia here, even though it's scored and the other 2 regions are not scored. Asia's often pretty stable, so I like attacking Asia here and just getting into Pakistan and Malaysia, even though you scored it in the headline. So we'll see what Gabriel decides to do now. I doubt we'll see him coup again, unless he has duck and cover and wants to go for Malaysia. Oh, he's just going to go with decall. Okay, so it goes Thailand, Malaysia, South Africa, and Algeria. Okay, Ryan definitely glad at this point that he did not Ryan definitely glad at this point that he headlined Asia and got it out of his hand. Okay, Ryan's just going to take France. He's going to concede Thailand, which makes all the sense in the world, given that Asia is scored. Now, Ryan does need to get a coup in. I expect we'll see Gabriel take Thailand here. Maybe, okay, yep. Going to go Cambridge 5. Yep, both in Thailand. Oh, Ryan going to take the coup, and he rolls a 4. Okay, so now DEFCON's sitting at 3. And Gabriel at this point may just refill Thailand, but Ryan now has his mill ops. Okay, just going to refill it. This could be a Fidel coup of Algeria, but then of course you concede Angola and Zaire, so that's not great. This also could be a Fidel trip to space. Or you could do a 1-op, but you could maybe take Indonesia. Nope, going to send Fidel to space. Now, of course, I mentioned Fidel. No point in eventing Fidel now, obviously with decall evented, of course. But, okay, SOC goes for the event just to be annoying. And, Gabriel does have Europe. I am very surprised at how Gabriel played that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Playing decall like that and prompting Ryan to fill France with Europe in hand is a crazy play from Gabriel. I would have played Europe scoring on AR2. But as it is, he gets away with it by playing sock govs for the event. So definitely a big mistake by Gabriel, but he does not pay for it. Yeah, and Ryan wants to get out of Israel. Getting out of Pakistan is also very nice because Gabriel probably going to want to coup to protect Thailand. So I'm sure Ryan would have liked to get into India. And in fact, maybe he should have, because AI war is gone, and Suez is gone as well. So maybe Lebanon was not that important. But we will see what's going to happen here. Yeah, I think defectors is fine. Marshall is nice. CNS is nice. Ryan perhaps worried about Purge. Or De Gaulle. De Gaulle is an issue for Ryan as well. Not worried about Olympic Games. So Ryan probably wishing at the moment that he'd headline Marshall. NATO is still unseen, so we will probably see a NATO coup of Pakistan if Gabriel has it. Oh, there was a turtle by the name of Bert. And just going to go for a coup of Iran. Oh, and he flips it over. Okay, so that denies the coup to Ryan. And Ryan needs to go into India because of IP war. And he's thinking about Jordan. I don't know. I might go Indonesia instead. I don't think Ryan's going to be able to fight off this Dom. But this is that aside, this is a very nice hand for Ryan. He's got CNS, which he's hoping to get off. He's got a couple of 4-offs. Marshall looks like a nice event here. And then he's got D-stall, which he's going to hold because blockade is gone. So this is a very nice hand for Ryan. Wow. Okay. So NATO. So he uses NATO second, but yeah, just wanted to deny the coup. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that the Jordan op accomplishes much. Ryan can take Saudi if he really wants to, but it's not going to really affect the scoring. I think India or Algeria is probably better here. I like 2 India, 1 Algeria. Space is also fine. Yeah, I like 1 Algeria to potentially threaten Nigeria later. Yep, this is also fine. A lot of good choices here for Ryan. A lot of places to put his ops. Unfortunately for him, Gabriel also has places to put his ops. And the Middle East. Yeah, would have liked to see Ryan take Indonesia. Either of these are fine, Ryan. I think Zaire can wait. I would rather, with no protection for Pakistan on IP war, I think I would wait on Zaire. I prefer 1 Algeria, 2 India, or all 3 Algeria to that. This is fine. Yep. Okay, I expect we will see Gabriel take India. Perhaps Lao will definitely want to take that at some point. Thailand becomes ripe for a jamming. Well, Gabriel, 0-5. Ryan is 0-5 against Gabriel. Ryan, one of the best players in the world. Ranked in the top 10 ITSR, proud member of Team USA. Okay, going 2 South Korea, 1 Laos. That makes sense. No Libya. And Ryan wasting no time. He wants to get off the space. I like this play. So Ryan at this point, Marshall event is fine, but I think this can wait. I would go to space first. NATO is gone. I think I would have headlined this, But I think space was more important. The Marshall, I definitely liked the Marshall event, but I think space was probably more important. Oh, he does have the scoring, and he doesn't take Libya. Interesting. Okay. Obviously, it's 2 ops for 1 VP, which isn't great, but you want to get Libya anyway. And Ryan might make a Tunisia play. On AR6. Okay, overprotecting Thailand makes sense. Going to use a 4-op. Yep, got to fill up India with IP war coming. Got to go Zaire. And I'd consider Saharan here. Yeah, this isn't bad. I might also consider a 3rd in Pakistan, but probably want to wait on that until after the war. Yeah, I like India. I like Zaire. And then Saharan is fine. Panama is okay. You know what? What else is okay is, and this is a little weak, but Philippines or Burma, not bad either. Because assuming Gabriel, a likely AR6 play from Gabriel would be Korean War 2 into South Korea, which at this point would give him Dom. Also gives him 5 countries to Ryan's 3, and Ryan only has 1 op. To stop that. Okay, I'm going to go special to take South Korea. Okay, well, same thing. Yep, a 5th in France makes sense. De Gaulle is on the way. Tunisia makes sense here. Nigeria, okay, yeah, Nigeria is fine, but Tunisia would have been an interesting play. Okay, De Gaulle, containment, and Vietnam in Ryan's hand. So that means that Gabriel gets Purge. I believe that's what it means. Somebody in the chat can check me on that. But I think this is probably a no-brainer containment hand, regardless of the Purge. CIA to protect Africa is also reasonable, but I think containment is the play here. Oh, yes, and Max, thank you, Max. Max mentions IP War, which is in Gabriel's hand. Gabriel already with Asia domination, but of course a successful IP War would make that a lot more permanent. So containment would be my play here. Ryan, perhaps getting Middle East out I think is fine, but containment would be my play. Yeah, I know you're worried about IP War, Ryan, but there's nothing you can do about it. So containment, give up the coup, and then immediately protect Pakistan. Oh, interesting. Going to headline Europe. Hoping for defectors there. Yep, okay. But perhaps Gabriel's hand not very good. Hoping to hit defectors, but okay. And certainly Ryan would have headlined defectors if he had redrawn it. With a known Purge in Gabriel's hand. But okay, Gabriel now... Ryan now with plenty of ops. He's got a 4-op De Gaulle, 3-op Vietnam, 3-op Cambridge, and then AI War. I don't know about giving Vietnam so early. But of course, I would give De Gaulle here. No, that needs to be a 3rd in Pakistan. This is fine. De Gaulle is a 2-op essentially. But there's no point in taking Burma if you can't also take Afghanistan. You could also just resolve De Gaulle, leave France at 3-1, and take both Burma and Afghanistan if you're really worried about IP war. That has the bonus of stopping Asia Dom. Of course, then Zaire might get flipped on you. if you take Afghanistan and Burma, that might bait Gabriel into taking Vietnam. And even though he knows you have Vietnam in your hand, he might bait him into thinking you have Asia. But okay, just goes with the 2-op play. Again, a Tunisia play might have been interesting. Now, it wasn't going to affect Middle East domination, though. So does not really matter here. Ryan's going to want to get this scoring off when it's 5 instead of 6. If I were Gabriel, I think I'd try the war right here. I don't know that I'd wait for. Okay, just going to go with a 4-op play. No, I'm going to take South Africa and go 1 Libya. Okay, now I might score the Middle East before Libya is fully taken. Yeah, I think that's right play from Ryan. And there it is. Here's a big moment in the game, folks. And Gabriel rolls a 1. Gabriel does still have Asia Dom, however. Yeah, putting 2 in. I like overprotecting France, as everyone knows. Mexico's fine. I don't love Saudi. What about some Southeast Asian? Start putting some ops into Southeast Asia here. I think you could think about taking Philippines. Yeah, Panama's fine. But yeah, you're gonna need to either fill Japan without U.S. Japan around. Oh, looks like Gabriel is gonna have to BRB. So I'm going to fast forward this video until we see his play. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pause this so no one can see the length of the video. Okay, I think I've got it queued up here. There we go. Okay, and we're back. Gabriel is back. And Ryan played AI War, took Japan, it looks like. And there's Korean War, just going to beef up his battlegrounds. Looks like Asia's just going to be a draw. Yeah, there's de Gaulle. 1 France, I think, is fine. 2, nope, don't need to go 3 Mexico. 1 France, 2 Mexico, or 2 France, 2 Mexico. Yeah, I like this. Okay, and then you're going to give C5 is 3 ops, which you're going to take Panama and Guatemala. And then Vietnam is another 3 ops, and maybe you take some Southeast Asian countries. Maybe you take Saudi. And a UN of Bert the Turtle. Okay, going to realign Zaire at even and hits the roll. Tries on Panama, misses there. Okay. 1 Panama for sure. 1 Guatemala for sure, I would think. Oh, nope, thinking about Cuba. Fidel is around. It is in the deck. I like 1 Panama. Okay, Cameroon's fine. Yep. Make Gabriel immediately put 2 into Zaire. Yeah, Max saying it's more efficient to block Dom just taking Japan instead of on country count. That makes sense. Okay, Romanian for just one into Zaire. And Ryan now with the opportunity to flip over Zaire, which I think is what he's going to do. Yep, that's exactly right. And now that flips over domination heading into the mid-war. So Gabriel with a 5 VP lead. Okay, wow. Puppets, voice, Salt. He's got the Pope, which is an interesting event here. He does get Gunman early, but he can get rid of it with Salt if he so desires, and Kitchen, which is active on turn 4. So not a good ops hand, but a very good events hand here for Ryan. I don't know that VOA is a great headline. I would hold it in case we see something like Junta from Gabriel, I think. I think this is a Pope headline if it were me. Yeah, this would be a Pope headline for me. Let Gabriel coup, and then we puppet into South America. Obviously, if we see Junta, then puppets is better because it gets you in first. But I would hold on to voice and puppets until DEF CON hits 2, personally, and hope Gabriel doesn't have Junta. Let's see what Ryan wants to do. Max talking about a Colombia play. That is a little bit aggressive for my blood and seemingly for Ryan's as well. Gabriel with a 5 VP lead, but Ryan with 3 dominations on the board and access in South America. Yeah, I'd definitely rather be Ryan in this case. Yeah, I think puppets and voice can wait. I think Salt can wait. I would headline the Pope. I don't think Gabriel's going to respect that threat with Warsaw still around. I think he'll just coup anyway. But good to plant that seed. Thinking about Salt. Okay, Libs. Okay, just going to Salt right away. Which is an interesting play. That obviously weakens Gabriel's coup. It also means that if you get rid of Gunman here, you can still get 1 coup to Gabriel's 2, whereas if you got rid of Gunman in the middle of the turn after Salt, Gabriel might get 3 coups to your none. Okay, 2 Panama, 1 Cuba makes sense. And we'll see what Gabriel wants to do here. On AR1, A for P for a coup in Africa. Yep, just going to flip over Zaire. All right, so DEF CON now sitting at 4. Kitchen no longer active. And yeah, if you're going to give Gunman, this is the spot to do it. Now, showing voice with Gunman is never good, but this lets you get rid of obviously the most problematic card in the deck. Interesting. It goes one Cuba. Thinking about potential realigns there, maybe. But it's because, and Gabriel does put 1 in Cuba, which suggests he does not have Fidel in his hand. Excuse me. Max suggesting that you should just take Panama here and give up 2 more coups in Africa. Obviously, Gunman is in effect a 0-op coup. Yep. Gunman is an option here. VOA is an option here. Just taking Panama is an option here. I don't know that we need the 1 in Cuba. I might just... You could just play nuke subs and take Panama. We're certainly not eventing nuke subs here. But okay. Going to take Panama, go 1 Cuba. Max talking about an AR7 play to attack Asia with VOA, which makes sense. but it's not going to give you Dom because of crappy country count issues. If you'd spend some ops in Southeast Asia, that might you might be able to threaten a domination there. Okay, Suez. This could be Cuba. Yep. Okay, so it's possible Gabriel acting like a man who has Central America scoring. Yep, and there is the gunman. And so we may see a coup of Nigeria, or we may see just something like a Colombia play, knowing Puppets is coming into South America and D-Stall is in Ryan's hand. So Gabriel is going to be in trouble here in South America. Could see a Colombia coup a Colombia walk and then a zero-op coup in response to that in Colombia. Ryan's hand, very good, but limited in terms of ops. And with DEFCON high as it is, we may see the Pope played for ops, much to my chagrin. I think I'd go into Colombia seeing this hand if I were Gabriel. I don't think I want DEFCON going to 2. I don't want to coup Nigeria, let DEFCON go down to 2, and then give Ryan a free puppet in. I don't like that. I don't like that idea. Yes, Missile Envy definitely a consideration, but I think we might have seen it AR1. No, okay, he does go with the Nigeria coup. Ryan going to coup back in Zaire. He'll miss on the roll as well. Needed a 5, so not that much of a miss. And I expect now we will see a Colombia play from Gabriel. If you play Purge, he can snag D-Stall with Missile. Absolutely right. And in fact, I was commenting on another game. I believe that was on ARZ when someone snagged D-Stall with Missile Envy. So, okay. Nope, just going to take an Africa domination. Yes, Peter. That's right. That was you. That was you. All right. Yes, I remembered. Yeah, that was a good game. That was an interesting game. Okay, here we go. We're going to use puppets. Ryan's going to use puppets right now. 1 Venezuela, 1 Chile, clearly a no-brainer. And then you could go, and then 1 Ethiopia is enough to stop Africa Dom. So I think I like this. Yeah, this is fine. And now Ryan's saying, you know what? If you have Africa, you can go ahead and take your 4. Yep, and he does. I think I might have gone with 1 Ethiopia there. Then if Gabriel, then you're probably getting cooed, and then you can coup back with Kitchen, get your second mill op. But okay, arms race. Gabriel now with an 11 VP lead. Oh, Kitchen active. I might just trigger it now. Yeah, I think I'd take my 2 VPs now. Although, well, I guess if you were going to coup with nuclear subs, then you... Eventing it for 2 VP and poking your opponent's chest is always nice. But if you're going to lose one of those VPs by not cooing, then it's not nearly as good. Because you lose out on the... You do gain 1 VP, but you lose, obviously, whatever you get from the coup. Okay, Gabriel goes to space, hits the roll. The Pope is a good event. No? Okay. So when the Pope might be a coup or it might be an event. But yes, clearly need to fill up Argentina, take South America control. Ryan looks content here, or at least I would be at this point, to give up the 1 VP on Mill Ops. Ryan is in, I don't want to say imminent danger of losing the game. He's going to be down 11 VPs. Southeast Asia is a disaster for him, currently -5. So some combination of Southeast Asia, OPEC, we will bury you, one small step, something like that, could get Gabriel to 20 if neither Central nor South America comes up before then. So there is a path. But yeah, we could see a Pope play here, AR7, or we could see an AR7 voice play. Could even see that voice play maybe in Southeast Asia. Okay, Muslims. Yeah, going to beef up Thailand to 4 and take away Central Dom. Yeah, I like this play. Oh, going to take a coup with the Pope. All right, Ryan. Fine. I don't like that. And you rolled a 1. Okay, this hand is quite nice. So gets OPEC, doesn't have to worry about that. Gets ABM and Missile Envy, so doesn't have to worry about Missile stealing ABM. Camp David, definitely a nice event here, even with Middle East scored. Nixon, a nice event. South African, not really a problem, so you're going to space one of OPEC and D-Stall. Try and space the other. If not, you'll just hold it. You concede U2 and South African. Okay, here's Missile Envy, and there's a junta to get into South America, which is desperately needed for Gabriel. Oh, and a big 4-op coup. That's you. I think you take the coup here. I don't know that you want to give Gabriel the coup. You could just take a coup in Libya, or you can beef up your countries. I'm not worried about Uruguay because you can still take Middle East Dom on your AR1 because Gabriel is limited to playing Missile Envy. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So it takes some presence in Southeast Asia, takes Asia Dom. Okay. All right, I can see this. Max points out Ryan perhaps getting ready for realigns. If you take Uruguay, then 2 influence placement, a 2-op coup, then the coup has to succeed so that you can then fight against the realigns. But okay, this makes multiple threats. Helps the Southeast Asia situation, takes from 5 to 3, helps the Asia Dom situation. And now I would expect we would just see 2 into Brazil, probably coup Brazil. Hope the coup succeeds. If it does, take Uruguay. No. Panama, and he hits the roll. Interesting. Okay, he's going to... Maybe he has... I'm not sure the status of 5-year plan, but he perhaps has 5-year plan and South America. Or perhaps it's just going to hope that South America doesn't come up. Okay, going to take an ABM coup of Panama. Needs a 5, rolls a 6. Oh, that was a huge, huge roll. Yep, and there it is. So Gabriel looking to perhaps he has enough to just win the game here. Would have if he'd been able to get off that Central America Dom for 4 VPs. Now Ryan's going to hand over a VP on U2 incident to flip over Indonesia and take Dom back. Interesting game here. Asia dominated by Ryan thanks to shuttle. Gabriel dominating the Middle East and Africa. South America and Europe both solidly blue. And yes, Peter, I think both these guys will be going to Champions League. I don't know if Atlantic League is going to get 3 slots this year, but should get at least 2. Atlantic League representatives in the Champions League have not done particularly well. So perhaps they will take a slot away from us as a punishment. We will see. Okay. Going to give you Surrey. Oh, and taking Afghanistan. Interesting. That does not stop Dom. Yep, Camp David is a good event. Yep, I definitely like Camp David event. Now that play will indicate to Gabriel that Ryan does not have the scoring. So if Gabriel doesn't have Asia, that'll be a sigh of relief, certainly for him. Bear Trap going to space, hits the roll. I assume we'll see D-stall space, Ryan hits. So neither player will get double space, and Ryan's going to have to hold OPEC here. If the VP track were more dire, you could see him play Nixon for the VPs, but I don't think there's a reason to do that. Yeah, I think Uruguay is okay here, unless, yeah, no, with Central scored, yeah, you could do something like take El Salvador and Dominican, but I think Uruguay is fine. Gabriel no doubt happy that Alliance is out of the deck. And Ryan's still with VOA in his pocket. And Gabriel knows about it. But VOA obviously can't be used in South America, and other than that, only Asia. And of course, Southeast Asia remain unscored. Yeah, Gabriel definitely needs a turn 6 war games. Or a 5-year plan of South America. And the fact that he didn't even bother to try and get a foothold. Now, obviously, he did have Central America and was trying to flip it over. But maybe he does have that. We will see. Yeah, you're thinking about an overprotective Indonesia. Yeah, we are fighting on country count, so Taiwan could end up being important even with Formosa not in effect. Okay, Che's a good event. I think we'll see Colombia here for sure. And going to go Saharan. Yep, rolls big on both. Probably wishes he'd gone Uruguay. Okay, and I expect we'll finally see voice here on AR7. Yep, and there's 5-year plan. Will it be South America? Yes, it will. Huge break for Gabriel to get 5-year plan with South America, and explains why he didn't make any effort to get in there with Junta. Okay, 10 VP lead for Gabriel, and now he's got to worry about shuttle. So the two of them are tied in country count, 7-7 in Asia. Space will be big the next turn. I wonder if you might just see a poke, or you just throw 2 into India here. Just to stop Dom. I would just put 2 into India here. Yep, that's exactly what Gabriel's going to do. Yeah, and now Ryan correctly uses 2 of voice to stop that, but now he only gets to remove 2 other influence. Zaire doesn't do much. Libya maybe does a little bit. But yeah, Thailand is fine with both Southeast Asia and Asia still around. Yeah, definitely has to do that. Yeah, Libya, I think it's fine. Thailand is fine. Threaten the flip with China on AR1. I'm fine with Thailand here with Asia and Southeast Asia still around. Yeah, this is good. This is what I would do. Yeah, I like this play. Okay, here we go. It is AR6. Ryan gets Asia, but not Southeast Asia. He gets defectors, which I think would be my headline here. ABM and Junta both gone. Brush, I believe, is still around. Yeah, this would be a defectors play for me. And then you force Gabriel to make the decision of does he want the coup or does he want to protect Thailand? Yeah, I think this is pretty clear defectors situation. And Ryan doing the thing where he waits because pretends he's thinking about it. Not sure what Ryan's thinking about. Omid is fine, but that can be mid-turn headline. That can be mid-turn. Yeah, there he goes with defectors. He's hoping to hit Brush. I believe Decall is around, so Decall would be a big problem for Ryan. Could hit, I believe we also have yet to see Cultural. Oh, interesting. How I Learned. Okay. Yep, How I Learned, try to lower DEFCON to 2 and protect Thailand. Yeah, and Gabriel, I think, has got no choice. He must protect Thailand here. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And it wants to threaten realigns in Nigeria if Ryan coups, which I suspect that he will. Threaten realigns of Zaire and threaten realigns of Nigeria. I think a 2-op African coup is fine here. I might just give Portuguese. Okay. Just going to score Asia before Taiwan potentially gets taken, and now Gabriel will get the coup. That's interesting. I might have taken the coup, but Ryan probably worried about Brush. Okay, special, and this is going to go into Nigeria. Oh, and on anything but a 1, rolls a 1. That's a big miss. Ryan going to go to space, though, understandably. So Gabriel with a chance to flip or try realigns if he likes. Haven't seen Brush War, still looking for it. Interesting decision by Ryan to give up the coup. Now, Ryan obviously counting cards. Okay, he probably realized that Gabriel had a 4-op and would have just taken Taiwan and stopped the Dom. So he wanted to bank his 4 extra VPs. Yep, putting ops in the Middle East is fine here. Everything is scored other than Southeast Asia, which is not going to move. Okay. Brush War going to be huge here. Assuming Gabriel has it, we don't know for sure that he has it, but yes, a Brush War of Italy would be enormous. That would leave Central as Ryan's only good region. Gabriel misses on the space roll. I think OPEC would be my hold card here. I think I'd probably give Portuguese. Yep. And Ryan needs his mill-ops. Rolls a 1. Not a particularly consequential 1, but I'm sure Ryan would have rather rolled something else. Yep. Cultural for the event is a good play. I think Sadat for the event here. Yep. Is what we'll see. Panama for a 1-op to take Israel, I think makes sense. And then Ryan will know what's in the deck and what he might be scared of that he wants to hit with Omit. Or he may just put Omit back in the deck. Okay, going to go for a 1-op coup to take Guatemala back. And we'll see. Does Gabriel have it? He does not. And yeah, I don't know that I would discard here. I think I like holding OPEC. Yeah, I think I like holding OPEC. Making sure we don't have to deal with it the rest of the game when we hold it through the reshuffle. Also would not have liked to draw a scoring. But obviously you could also draw a brush and hold that, so that's good too. I liked the idea of holding OPEC to minimize the paths to war games. But obviously you could also draw other problem cards. Yep, and that's fine. To Israel. Okay, here we go. And brush coming. And Ryan does not get it. Ryan does get Southeast Asia. He also gets US Japan. So no free 4-op for Gabriel. He gets Warsaw, which is interesting. Oh, and a voice redraw. That's interesting. So what the heck is Ryan going to headline here? Gabriel gets brush. Formosan actually could be a nice headline here. I think that's an event that Ryan wants, and I don't know that he wants to headline voice here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna headline, gonna just do it. All right, yeah, and there's Quagmire. Okay, yeah, he wants to, probably knew that was coming, wants to give Gabriel a problem to solve. Okay, eliminating from Libya is good. So Gabriel can take a coup and repair Thailand. He can't get back into Libya. He could also repair Thailand and stick one into Egypt to threaten Libya. I would also, I would definitely space Warsaw in this situation. The Eastern Europe is at 4 each. Spacing Warsaw really leaves the door open for Europe control, although, of course, I would have invented the Pope and things would look a lot better. Okay, 4-op coup in Egypt. Okay, he flips over Egypt. That's huge. Ryan gets rid of SocGovs. So big old coup of Egypt flips over both. And so now Gabriel with a 3-op can simply take both Libya and Thailand. Although, of course, there's now no rush on Libya because Ryan has no access to it. Yep. Nope. Just going to take it anyway. Okay. Okay, so Ryan has Formosan in his hand. Now he may want to just get rid of Southeast Asia. It's not getting better. It's not getting worse. I think Formosan event's definitely worth the 2 ops. But let's see. Obviously, Brush War looms large. Now I wonder if Ryan. One other thing Ryan definitely could have done is put one in Portugal and/or Greece to protect Italy from Brush War, because I think Italy is a pretty darn good target for Brush. But so is Venezuela, so is Pakistan. Here it is. Italy, Pakistan, Venezuela. He's going to go Italy, and he's going to miss the roll. Oh, gets a 3. would have only worked on Panama, but that is a huge, huge miss. Okay, Gabriel now with a 5 VP lead. Ryan fills up Taiwan. I expect we'll see a Formosan event. I expect we'll see Warsaw Space to try and get headline peak. And I expect we'll probably see Allende held. You could try the Hassan realigns at +2. That was a big miss. Okay, one small step for the event makes sense. Always risky for the USSR, especially when it doesn't give you VPs. But Formosan event is good. I would definitely be spacing Warsaw to stop Gabriel's headline peak. Ryan is in Cuba, so Ortega is a risk. However, he should be able to realign himself out of Cuba very easily if it comes to that. Okay, and here's decall. Just going to make a little noise in Asia. I expect we'll just see that fixed. 1, 2, 1 in Malaysia. I think Israel is good here. Or okay, yeah, that's fine too. Overprotect your Asian battlegrounds, folks. Although I might have overprotected India first. Japan is fine. But Ryan needs his mill ops now. Oh boy, here's China. You're going to jam India? Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. And Ryan probably wants a space Warsaw, but now he can't. He wants to get a coup. Can't do that either. So he can coup with Summit, I suppose, which would give, but that would still give Gabriel 1 VP. Now tiebreaker rules for Atlantic League are higher seed gets the advantage in War Games ties. Ryan is a number 1 seed. Gabriel is a 2. So Ryan would win a War Games tie. So Gabriel needs to go for the outright win here. And Gabriel just going to jam more into India. Yeah, I like the play here. And Ryan going to have to coup. Yeah, does not want to let Gabriel get to 7. So here we go. Turn 8 and... okay, decent hand here, although Middle East scoring should wind up even. Star Wars inactive. And Chernobyl wasn't going to be a thing in Europe with these terrible ops. But obviously with Warsaw, it's definitely not a thing. And yes, Peter remarks that one small step did block Star Wars, so Star Wars now not going to be a thing. IP war could be a thing, though. I think Bear Trap's a fine headline. This one could go either way, but once Gabriel takes India, he will have Asia Dom. So that'll be Asia, Africa, and Middle East Dom for the Soviets, South America, Central, and Europe for the U.S. Nothing scored, so often enough, the question is the game will be decided by which scorings come in the late war. Ryan will be able to stop. He's 1 op away from stopping Middle East Dom, so I should make that clear. Oh, interesting. So Gabriel headlines Cal so as not to give up a coup, and then he discards Omit. So dumping Omit to the trap is an interesting play. So he gives up 2 VPs because he would have had to space that. So he must have something else he'd rather space. Or he just really, really didn't want to give up a coup. China take India back, I think makes sense here. It does mean that obviously the 5 ops you spent taking Taiwan and eventing Formosan are now pretty much useless. Okay, Chernobyl into Asia. Yeah, I think that's better. Chernobyl, you have terrible, terrible ops here. IP war might be an event. Libs has to go to space, and then you got one ops. So yeah, I don't like the Chernobyl event here. If you're gonna do this, I might just play China. Okay, all right, gonna trigger Chernobyl, probably trigger Chernobyl, then try the war, and then maybe gradually fill it up. We'll see what Ryan's plan. Ryan's plan also could be to just leave Asia how it is, and not let Gabriel take India. Okay, I think I'd put one in Israel here over the one in India. Yeah, that's fine. But you do need to get Middle East scoring off at some point. I'd rather neuter that Dom now than later. We'll see if Gabriel has enough ops to. Yeah, we'll see if Gabriel has enough ops to bully Ryan in other regions. Sorry, yes, I understand that you lose domination if you play China, but you're going to lose domination if you give up India anyway. And you have to spend 5 ops taking India to get Dom back when you also have to put one in the Middle East and deal with whatever else Gabriel does on the board while still spacing libs. Yeah, I'm not saying playing China is a great play, but okay, yeah, you're playing Chernobyl. All right, okay, now I assume we'll just see maybe one Greece and one Israel. Yep. Okay, big space roll. Gabriel misses. Okay, gonna try the war and miss. I would have scored first. Okay, so okay, and there's Europe. So that's big. Ryan, happy to see that. Ryan's going to score Middle East for even here. And then he's got a space. So he plays Chernobyl in India just to leave it at 6-8. Okay, there's a coup. He misses. Ryan's got a space. Okay, so neither player with headline peak. So he plays Chernobyl just to stop Gabriel from taking Dom. Okay, this hand looks a little bit better. North Sea is a pretty reasonable headline here. Stopping OPEC is also really nice. Remember, Ryan put OPEC back in the deck on turn 6, so canceling it out would be big. Okay, shuttle gives you Asia Dom, but it's going to take it away but it's not going to swing things with Asia. I guess Asia shuttle would take away Asia Dom from Gabriel once India is taken. Okay, NTB is going to set DEFCON to 5. What's that going to do? So space, obviously a big question here, and Ryan doesn't have a space card. Oh, sorry. Yes, my mistake. Whoops. Ryan Peter points out that the Middle East. I thought I still had Middle East scoring being even in my head, but of course it was not. That was a 4-point scoring for Gabriel because he flipped over. He was able to flip over Egypt. So yes, that was 4 for Gabriel. So that canceled out most of the Europe scoring, most of the points for Europe scoring that Ryan got. So that was a mistake by me. I cannot count. Okay, and there's Ortega gone, and now, yeah, just 2 ops in India makes sense here, and Gabriel has to now take India to stop Ryan's domination. This is a best of 5. So game 1 of the best of 5. Craig, thank you for joining. So Ryan takes a coup in Zaire. Very realignable Zaire. And now we'll see if Gabriel wants to try a coup back. Nope, just going to score Central for +1. And Ryan can take a coup if he wants. He's going to try roll on Angola and miss. Needed to get a 4 there. It was a 50-50 shot on Angola, which would have protected Zaire as well. Now Gabriel with an opportunity to realign if he likes, but I think he'd rather just take India and stop Asia Dom. Yep, 100%. That's the right play, especially with IP war gone. Now Ryan will protect Zaire with a coup. AWACS goes to space. Huge roll here. Okay. And that is enough for War Games. Does Gabriel have it? He does. Wow. And Gabriel sneaks out a War Games win. He gets his scoring. Gabriel gets his scoring in Central for 1. He gets Middle East for 4, and Gabriel also had South America in his hand. So Gabriel needed to get this one, needed to hit that space roll, needed to get his 1 from Central America. And interestingly, we may circle this, but Ryan had Evil Empire and used it for ops. Could have cooed with something else. Could have cooed with the Pope. Could have cooed with North Sea, since he probably wasn't going to event it. But he cooed with Evil Empire, and that may have been the difference. In fact, it probably was, given that South America was in Gabriel's hand. So obviously easy to second guess that, but 1 VP from Evil Empire could have been absolutely huge in this game. But a very, very interesting one. Yeah, the tie situation is higher seed wins ties. Unless there are multiple ties. And Ryan was a number 1 seed, Gabriel a 2. So Ryan would have won the tiebreaker. So Gabriel needed to get all the way to 7 for War Games to make any sense. And he just did get there because Ryan needed to win that war. He didn't do it, and he played Evil Empire for ops. So thank you guys for sharing this video with me. I really enjoyed commenting on it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching as well. And I'm sure some people took issue with some of my criticism of the move, so looking forward to watching the chat back later. And I'll have the rest of the series for you. I think these guys are having some scheduling difficulties, but I think should be scheduled soon, I hope. But that will do it for this game. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game as much as I enjoyed bringing it home to you. And until next time, this is Justin Abramson signing off. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. So long, everybody.